Hey GECKOPIA fam, how you guys doing? So today is another cleaning day for me for these guys, Leopard Geckos. And while I was doing some cleaning for black knights, I had this one question that came in my mind. Why are these black knights price are so high and never go its value compared to other morphs or genetics? Now there are other lines that are still as high as these black knights, but I was just thinking why these black knights are still expensive compared to others. And here is my personal opinions after I've been breeding them for multiple years.
So from my experience, there's so many people who wants to work with these lines, which is the Black Knight project, and they all want the solid black color Black Knights. But when it comes to producing these geckos, only 10 or 20% are going to look very similar to this, and rest 80% or 90% will be more lighter with patterns. I'm gonna show you the example of the hatchlings that I produced 2 years ago. So these two are one of the best ones that I produced 2 years ago, which they're pretty dark, but as you can see, they still have those patterns. So it makes sense that it's hard to produce those solid dark colors Black Knights, and rest 80% are going to look a little bit more like this. As you can see, although they're still dark as a comparison, this has a little bit more yellow, and you can see more patterns with this one. So that is why it's so hard to produce these black color, solid black color Black Knights, and why the price isn't changing a lot after years and years. Now, for the second reasons, there has been showing a lot of inbreeding issues that I found from other breeders when they work with Black Knight projects. Because when you think about Black Knight projects, how it started was they've been doing a line breeding many years, like 15 years. I don't know the exact number of years, but they did so many years of line breeding that they have started seeing those issues with the geckos. One of the few characteristics that they see is infertile eggs is one of them. Infertile egg is basically an egg that they produce, but it won't hatch. And the other one is a big eye. Normally, leopard geckos with the Black Knights, I've seen a lot of big eyes compared to regular ones, and also short nose. So their nose is short, and sometimes really weird tails, which makes it even harder to produce these geckos. And luckily, each year I would get a new male from my project, so I pretty much mix new bloods each year, getting it from someone who been line breeding this for multiple years from Europe area. And that's how I've been able to produce like really healthy geckos with really minor issues. Maybe from my data breeding these Black Knight project, maybe 1%. So it's really not a big issues for me when it comes to breeding Black Knights, because I do pay attention a lot into this project since this is one of my favorite. And when you're looking out for these Black Knights, make sure you look into someone who you can really trust and know what they're doing. If you just go for the cheaper price, when you see anything that's a super low price compared to the Black Knight average price, then I would highly doubt that gecko is safe to breed. You know, there's a lot of issues with the Black Knight, so you definitely want to ask a lot of questions when you get them from someone who you don't know, you never heard of, because sometimes when things weren't working for them with their Black Knight projects, they will end up selling their geckos for a lot lower price. Now, having a pet, perfectly normal, that's perfectly fine. But if you're thinking about doing a breeding projects like this and wants to make sure the gecko's health all the time, then make sure you do some research and be prepared before you get them. Now, for the third reasons, when I spoke to you about the demand, there's so many people who wants to own this with the solid collars, but there's just not enough all the time with this type of quality. So even if they are available, they go out super quick, and therefore some people wait for another year for it. But the thing is, it's never guaranteed, and you don't know if they're gonna be available next year. And that is why, due to the high demands, the Black Knight's price hasn't been really going down, in my opinions, for years. So therefore, I don't think it will change for next year or 2 years or 3 years down the road. So yeah, that's how I feel about it after I've been breeding them for multiple years. If you got a value out of this video, make sure you press a like and write a comment down below for next questions, and share this with your friends who love leopard geckos. But other than that, I'll keep answering your questions that I do see on the comments for the next video. So if you have anything, make sure you write a comment there. But other than that, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey look, if you enjoyed that video, I went ahead and picked out another special video that I know you're gonna find it immensely valuable. You can find it right here. There, I know you're gonna love it, and I'll see you in the next one.